Yesterday, as I said, we had the top list men on the top list of Jesus. And now, even us, we are included. If you feel, if you are to be in time of Jesus and feel left out, again, here you are. Blessed are you, blessed are you. Today, He has given us 3 blessedness. There's supposed to be 7. How can you miss to be on the top list of those 7 blessedness? Maybe you like me, you never own the top list when you're growing up. But how the story is different. It's different. I have 2 different examples I have been giving you that will never escape my mind. One was when we had a speech day, and I was doing the song, and I didn't have shoes. The DEO had come to our school. I was picked up, standing high. The top list, I wasn't there. I will never forget that. We never had the top most listed food at home. Our house wasn't the top most house on the village. It was the first house was made out of mud. Ribs. And the back door was lifted. You could lift up, put it, remove it, bring it back, remove it, and bring it back. But now as I talk, I'm not bragging. No. Sometimes it's good to share the experience you have and people be elevated. I think I'm eating now one of the first class food. From the house of the man, it's Nyumba Katanelis. You know what I mean? As if that's not enough. From a capital village to a capital city. It's me, and maybe the fathers here, but me, let me talk about myself. It's me and the first family who stay in the capital city. All of you just leave us and go away. Could you imagine from capital village to capital city? You might be staying in Nigeria, you might be staying in Kororo, but you're not staying in the capital city. It's me and who else? The name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. The second story was the story I was very thin, and at school people would not allow me to choose me to be on the best team. I was always the leftovers, picking last. Then I went home, I asked my dad to buy me a ball. He bought me one. The moment he bought me a ball, I became a king. I had to choose to play with. And I was chosen first. And if he hit me, I pick up the ball, walk back to class. Folks, that was my father, not even eldest one chairman of the village, but he made and changed my life. You have a father who is the general manager of this universe. If you ask him for a job, if you are trying to work for someone, pray. He's going to keep the job and you're going to be self-employed. And do what pleases your heart and gives you the joy. If my father, not even an L1 chairman, could change my life, how about this father who was the whole universe, who takes the sun to set and to rise, and you to wake up in the morning. And that's why we must always feel the joy and peace that the Lord is guiding us. John Paul II, when he was shot, when he was shot, his bullet just carved via his heart. And when he was writing his obituary, he said, it's his story obituary, because obituary is about somebody else died. But when he was writing his biography, he said, one hand hold the gun, and one hand directed the bullet. The second hand was the hand of God. The first hand was the hand of a human being. As you're growing up, your hand is taking you on. But there comes a moment when the hand of God picks you and takes you where He Himself, who has created you, wants you to be. And He's taking you. He's taking you. You cannot see it, but it's there. That's why I told you, one time you kneel down and thank God. We shall thank Him for the things He has given us, but also for having refused to give what we ask. That's how His hand does. I wrote it down. Someday we thank the Lord, not only for what He has given us, but also for that which He has refused. There are things God refuses and you become angry at the moment. But as time passes on and goes by, okay, oh, Lord, thank you. And that's the moment when His hand diverted via your heart, never hit a vein in your life. But before, you couldn't. And that's why St. Paul says, and this is a very powerful statement, all things, everything in the letter to the Ephesians, all things, everything happens for the good. All things, everything happens for the good. You're going to ask me, Father, even the bad? Yes. Even the ugly? Yes. Even the better? Yes. Even the bitter? Yes. Even the divorce? Yes. Even the sickness? Yes. Totality, all. Because for us, our nature, you see, we kind of take this, our life, like someone who has gone on a buffet. You see, when you go for a buffet, you pick up things you want to eat. Pick this one, that one, this one, this one, that one, and go. But that's not how our salvation is going to be. Sickness, poverty, not a top list, not a VIP, riding bicycle, motorcycle, staying in slums, staying in home, oh! If you pick one, then you're going to be miserable. That's why St. Paul says all. And the best example I can give you to explain that is the woman who's a baker of the cake. Listen to me and attentively. If you pick flour, the ingredients of a cake are flour, sugar, baking powder, eggs, milk, salt, oil, and butter. But if you pick flour and eat it single-handedly, it doesn't have any taste. If you take sugar, maybe for the kid, but for us, the taste becomes kind of like, If you take baking powder and eat it single-handedly, it doesn't have a taste. If you take eggs, unless I've told you maybe you're suffering from a cough. If you take milk, maybe. If you take salt, it becomes sour and bitter. Oil, there's no taste. Butter, there's no taste. But make them together. Mix them up and bring the cake. That's how life is. The good, the bad, the ugly, the soprano, the tenor, the alto, the bass, once put together, make up the music. So if the hand hasn't picked you, you're still suffering, God is going to pick you. His hand, your hand is working, yes, but His hand is going to come into the direction and puts you where He wants you to be. And that is the heaven list. We are on the capital earth, moving to the capital heaven. Now, if you are moving on the capital earth with your hand, not seeing Him, don't worry. The capital heaven is going to be there among the blessed. The Lord be with you.